$500 right here. I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to get out of town. Come on, let's go outside so I can give it to you.
No.
Ready? $500.
I don't want it.
Well, now we know that Willie's dead. Or undead. Even under a spell, Willie would have taken the cash.
Dark shadows.
Well, hello, and welcome to my watch of the original supernatural soap opera Dark Shadows. And it is now truly a supernatural soap opera. We've got vampires now. They're not calling them that yet, but they are hinting a lot about them being dead, though, or undead, I guess we should say. I am super excited to get into episode 215 with you. If you're watching this on YouTube, we are way ahead of you over on Patreon, articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free, including and especially these Dark Shadows episodes. Patrons get 5 of them every week. All right, let's dive into episode 215.
Willie Loomis was a beast. You dealt with him the only way possible. It was very effective.
Yes, well, I'm here to check on the effectiveness of it. I haven't seen him around.
Neither have I. Maybe he left, as per your instructions.
Well, I hope so. As he comes back, I'll have to throw him out again.
Man, okay, that is our cold open, and it's a good one. It does make me wonder, though, are they going to use Barnabas and Willie's connection to him as a excuse to write Burke off of the show? I know I say that. You all have told me that it's coming sooner rather than later. He's not going to be here for very much longer. So, yeah, is that the connection? I don't know. I'll say this. I'm going to be very surprised however they bring Willie back. I can't wait to see it. I assume that he's coming back sooner rather than later. And the fact that now we've started this episode in the bar makes me think probably very soon, in fact. Well, there's this compadre. Oh, this reminds me, by the way, if you are watching these videos on YouTube, or even if you've been watching them on Patreon, but you want to revisit something once we go past it, I had a few requests for folks to break up the episodes on YouTube into playlists. And they suggested doing that on the various story arcs. So, of course, that's a great idea. Now, the first one's still a pretty big chunk. It's like 125 episodes that I've marked as Dark Shadows, the beginning, Victoria Winters, where the show is really focused on Victoria's being an orphan and her connection possibly to Colin Wood's past. And then we go from there. There's an arc about Bill Malloy. There's the arc, obviously, about Laura Collins. There's a recently created playlist. If you're watching this, it'll be up, and there'll be a few videos in it at least that you can access about Jason Maguire specifically. So as those different arcs come to pass, I will create those playlists and try to add to them and keep them maintained. Thanks for the great idea, regardless. And especially if you're watching these on Patreon, you're way ahead, but you're like, hey, I'd love to go back and watch some of those, skim through that Bill Malloy stuff. Good. Go back and watch those. They're on YouTube. Check it out.
Where is Willie Loomis?
I don't know where he is.
What does that mean?
Guess what I said? I don't know.
Mr. Maguire, don't play dumb.
I'm telling you. I don't know where he is. I haven't the slightest idea.
When was the last time you saw him?
A few days ago.
What was he doing?
Licking his wounds. He was pretty shaken up with that beating you had.
Okay, wait a minute. Did y'all all hear that new music cue? I swear this is the same music that they played the other day for Burke and Carolyn's maybe reunion, not really in effect. I'm I don't do this very often, but I want to back it up for you again because...
When was the last time you saw him?
A few days ago.
What was he doing?
Licking his wounds. He was pretty shaken up with that.
It's like lonely saxophones. Oh, and it's just very not right for the moment here. That's lovely, though.
So where is he?
I don't know. There is just one thing that makes me feel he hasn't left town.
What's that?
He didn't have any money. At least none that I know of.
Yeah, you can't get far without that.
And he could always thumb a ride into Boston and get a ship there. But he knew I was going to give him some money. You know, at least enough to keep him till he shipped out.
And he's not the type to turn down a handout.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's obviously not the kind to turn down free money. I will say, who is the kind to turn down free money? I messaged my son earlier today about he's graduating high school as I'm recording this very, very soon. And I was like, hey, I think, you've been doing these input for our regular podcast. And I think I'm going to put up like a link to your Amazon wish list or your Cash App or something. Maybe folks can buy you a cup of coffee or something if they want to. And he's like, who am I to turn down free money? Yeah, he's no Willie Loomis. Okay. Now they've made too much of it. Willie is absolutely going to show up in this episode. Okay. Now I'm suddenly worried. Did evil Willie Loomis feed Joe Haskell to Barnabas Collins? Where's Joe? What happened to Joe?
Did they find the cab?
Yes, just a short while ago on the other side of town. It was dead.
Oh, Joe, that's awful.
What happened?
That's just the point. Nobody knows.
Was it sick?
No, it was a very healthy calf. Anyway, my uncle had the veterinarian take a look at it.
What did he find?
Something very weird. The calf wasn't actually injured in any way, but it had died from a loss of blood.
What?
Okay. I did not have calf draining on my bingo card as the initial way that we get real hints of vampirism in the show, but kudos. There we go. Drained of blood, you say?
There's not one drop of blood in the calf's body.
I don't understand.
No, nobody does. Not only that, there wasn't a drop of blood in the entire area where the calf was found.
Well, how could the calf have gotten there if it didn't have any blood?
Well, the police think that somebody must have dumped it there.
How could it lose its blood?
Well, the veterinarian says it seems to have been expertly drained.
Drained?
Yes, he's examining what he thinks are 2 very small puncture marks on the throat.
Why would anyone want to drain the blood from a calf?
And what would anybody do with it once they had it?
Dum dum. We know exactly what you do and who would do it, don't we? Boy, okay. I thought this was going to be all about the townies this episode. I really didn't think Barnabas was going to be brought into it at all. I guess for the viewer in real time, they don't know that it's Barnabas necessarily. It's just the hint that this person has shown up, I suppose. I don't know. Where are vampires in pop culture fiction in 1967? I guess there were like horror comics and stuff, right? Like people knew about vampires back then. Dracula had been around in the movie theaters. I mentioned the Hammer films. Those were happening, I think, already in 1967. If they weren't, they were happening soon. And others in predecessor to the ones that we think of with Christopher Lee and what is his name? Anyway, the other fella, Christopher's buddy. Not Helsing. Anyway, Cushing. Peter Cushing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The audience would have picked up on all this, right?
There has to be a rational explanation for it.
There doesn't have to be a rational
Has
explanation.
anything like this ever happened around here before?
Oh, never. There hasn't been a livestock theft in years. Why go to all the trouble of draining the blood and then just dumping the most valuable part?
Maybe whoever it was who did it couldn't dispose of it the way he'd planned.
Yeah, that's possible.
Well, anyone who's going to steal a calf knows what he's going to do with it before. I mean, you don't steal a calf, carry it around, and then try to unload it.
There he is. Look at him. Look at him. This fella looking like like Frank Sinatra walking in. Genuinely. Look at that guy. What an upgrade this Willie Loomis is.
What did I say?
You said you wanted me to get out of town.
You're still here.
I know.
Loomis, you didn't believe me when I said I'd back up my words with action?
I know you will.
Then why haven't you gone?
I won't make any trouble.
You already have.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? I didn't think you knew the definition of the word.
I mean it.
You mean to tell me that you're apologizing?
Yes.
I wouldn't have believed that of you.
Okay, first of all, some pretty serious audio issues there that's happened a few times throughout the episode, but also, like, Burke. You're not reading anything on this guy for, like, the truth of this? This dude is scared. This dude is scared of something. You should figure out what it is, Burke.
Why don't you drink your drink? You haven't touched your drink.
What is it? Leave me alone.
Good on Burke.
Please.
Like, he did what I suggested. He actually did pay attention to the fact that this dude is seriously messed up.
Sure. Yeah.
What's the matter? Everything's all right, isn't it?
No, your pal's in bad shape. Something's wrong with him. Something very strange.
Almost as if he's been drained of his life forces. Isn't that interesting? And not at all coincidental with the daily news that you've just been discussing with Joe at the table.
Well, don't you say hello anymore?
Jason.
Where have you been, kid?
Around?
I've been looking for you for days now. Where'd you go?
Don't ask me.
I will ask you, Willie. And you'll answer. Now, I want to know what you've been doing.
Nothing.
What's the matter with you? You're not like yourself.
Nothing.
Willie, you in trouble?
No.
But then what?
Yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, you are in trouble. Jason, now is not the time to strong arm him though either. I wonder if there's again, we don't know exactly what's happened to Willie, so we'll just have to wait and see.
You went in there to rob a grave.
No.
How could you sink so low? Do a thing like that to rob a stiff. Willie. Willie. How could you do such a thing?
I didn't.
Come on now. what you're up to, but I've got to put a stop to it. Look, I've got the $500 right here. I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to get out of town. Come on, let's go outside so I can give it to you.
No.
Willie, $500.
I don't want it.
Well, now we know that Willie's dead. Or undead. Even under a spell, Willie would have taken the cash.
I don't know what the story is. All I know is something's happened to him.
Are you still determined to kick him out of town?
Well, I really don't know.
Hey, Joe, what's the matter?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just keep seeing that little calf lying there, drained of its blood.
Let's put two and two together, folks. The A story and the B story. They're the same story.
You can't stay here.
Please, I can't help it. Now, don't make it any rougher than it is.
Oh, what can't you help?
Nothing.
I don't know. I can't figure you out. You're in trouble, boy. Big trouble.
Please, will you leave me alone?
I don't know. I just don't. What is that in your sleeve?
Nothing.
There's specks of blood on your sleeve, Willie. Willie? Why are there specks of blood on your sleeve?
There we go. All right, a little blue whale action for our credits today. Why are there specks of blood on your sleeve, Willie Loomis? John Carlin. John Carlin doing the good work. Welcome back to the show, John. All right, folks. I'm super excited about where the show is headed, and we are rocking and rolling now. Barnabas has arrived, and I know that means a lot more of you have climbed on board too. Come and watch them more often, early, ad-free at articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month gets you access to everything we do early and ad-free. And you can even sign up for an annual plan and save more money than that. All right. Wherever you're watching them, we'll be back soon with episode 216 of Dark Shadows.